Hey, welcome back to part two, I guess, of these two very special videos. Yesterday it was all about movies everybody else loves, but I don't. And today we're doing something that I enjoy even more, talking about things that bring me joy. Today is 10 movies that everybody in the world just can't stand for some reason, but I absolutely love them. I'm going to put these in no particular order again. Let's go reverse alphabetical order this time, just to shake things up. So we're going to start at Z and work our way through A. These are 10 movies that I love, even though all of you out there clearly can't stand them, because whenever I bring them up, I just get weird looks like this. Huh? So all my love is in the air. Let's take a look at these 10 movies right now. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. The prequels get a lot of hate, but this one gets more hate by far than any of the others. I've talked at length about this so many times on Rebel Scum podcast, and irrational Star Wars hatred is a can of worms I refuse to open anymore, so I'll keep this brief. But this is not only the best prequel, but in my opinion, it's one of the best Star Wars movies, period. Any problem people point out in Attack of the Clones is present in all the other films too. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Pirates of the Caribbean 1 is awesome, and as far as I'm concerned, this sequel is its Empire Strikes Back, building on it and surpassing it in every way. It's bigger and grander and expands the beautiful world the first movie set up. It's full of groundbreaking special effects and features arguably the most fascinating cinematic villain of that decade. I heard a lot of critics complain that the plot was too convoluted and that they didn't like how the characters kept backstabbing each other. To that I say, what the hell do you expect? You're watching a movie about pirates. It's not called Cooperation of the Caribbean. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Somewhere out there, there's a parallel universe where Halloween 3 was critically acclaimed, a universe where people valued creativity over repetition. For me, Halloween 3 represents an untapped well of fresh ideas, of trying new things and exploring new storytelling possibilities. It's a beautiful, orange-soaked specter of what could have been. But no, people said it was shit because it didn't retread the first two movies. So then we got more sequels with Michael Myers, and those same people said those were shit because they did retread the first two movies. I give up on humanity. The Godfather Part 3. Yeah, it came out a long time after the first two, and yeah, Sofia Coppola isn't bringing home any acting awards anytime soon, but this didn't feel like a cheap cash grab. You can tell that Godfather 3 is still a labor of love, and frankly, I think it's cool. As great as Godfather 2 was, I never really felt like we saw a proper conclusion to Michael's story. I love the idea of Michael turning to the church as if in some way he hopes a connection with God will undo all the sins he's committed to get to where he is now. It's a fascinating coda to this character, a crucial piece of the story that I would never dream of skipping. Ghostbusters 2. It's a well-established fact that filmmakers in the 80s were amazing at creating new franchises, but not so amazing when it came to writing any sequels. But while Ghostbusters 1 is still superior, I absolutely adore the second outing as well. I have a whole theory on why this wasn't a big hit with the fans, but that theory's a bit long. I'll save it for a video essay in the future. All I can say is Ghostbusters 2 is full of classic franchise moments, and I have a big ol' smile on my face every time I watch it. The Fantastic Beasts movies. All controversy aside, we're just talking about the art here, not the artist. The wizarding world is a fascinating one. And ever since the first Harry Potter book, I've been dying to explore the edges of it beyond Hogwarts and England. And I think both of these movies do a great job of shedding some light on those edges. I feel like they were both instantly hated the microsecond they came out, and for no discernible reason other than they're not Harry Potter, which frankly just baffles me. I love that this is an original story and that we have no idea where it's going next, and I can't wait for the third one. The Da Vinci Code. The Da Vinci Code, both book and film, is one of those properties that was obscenely popular for a hot minute, and then afterwards everybody just started making fun of it simply for existing. Just saying the words, the Da Vinci Code, is like a punchline to a joke now, and I can't understand why. The book tells a story that, while entertaining as hell, is admittedly hard to put to film, yet somehow Ron Howard managed to do it, and do a great job to boot. The Hans Zimmer score is spectacular, Tom Hanks is wonderful as always. This whole movie fires on all cylinders. The Dark Knight Rises. I was shocked, like legitimately shocked, when I learned that the vast majority of people don't like The Dark Knight Rises. This is my favorite of the whole trilogy. Batman Begins was excellent. The Dark Knight surpassed it in every way, and then The Dark Knight Rises doubled down on that and brought everything to a spectacular finish with, hands down, the best bravest ending to any superhero movie ever. To all the people who don't like The Dark Knight Rises, what are you doing with your life? Cloud Atlas. The Wachowskis are that rare breed of director who can come up with incredible new IPs like The Matrix and still do a spectacular job when it comes to adaptations like Speed Racer. When it came time to adapting Cloud Atlas, a seemingly unadaptable book, they nailed it. I can count on one hand the number of times I've been in a movie theater where everyone in the theater gasped, and Cloud Atlas was one of those times. It's visually stunning, and it's packed with so much detail that you need to view it 3 or 4 times if you want to see everything. And again, this one's going to get me in a lot of trouble, but Cars. Pixar has the modern market cornered on original storytelling. Nobody comes up with fresh ideas like they do. Cars is a simple but really fun idea, and I think they pulled it off wonderfully. I'm not sure why there's so much Cars hate. I mean, it tells a moving Pixar quality story with memorable characters and heartfelt plot. It's par for the course for their studio. It's not my favorite film in the Pixar library, but it's definitely not as bad as everyone seems to think it is. I feel like people just started irrationally hating it because it kept getting sequels and spin-offs. But you know what? As bland as Cars 2 and Cars 3 were, I'd still rather watch them than The Good Dinosaur. And there you have it, guys. 10 movies that, you know what, they're all sitting on my shelf right now, and I am so happy that whenever I want, I can just pop them in and watch them, because they bring me so much joy, despite what all of you jerks have to say about them. I'm kidding. I love you too. Anyway, tomorrow is the start of our 2-day special quarantine event Fannie Awards ceremony. The best films and accolades that I'm going to shower on the films of 2020, what little of them there are. The Fannie Awards kick into full gear starting tomorrow. I'll see you then.